This is the Canon 70 to 200 2.8 IS. This is the condition it finds itself in today. And I was shooting on top of a mountain on the side of the road, and a gust of wind came up as I turned around to pick up my bag and blew the camera, the lens off and the tripod over onto concrete, and it broke in half. So I am attempting to put it back together. I just bought my parts from Canon, ordered it on the phone, should be here tomorrow. They'll overnight it to me. I broke a number of pieces. I'll show you that close up here in a second. But these are all the pieces torn apart so that I could find out exactly what was broken. And I'll put it back together. So let me show you close up what actually broke. Alright, got my parts in. You can see here, this is the new intermediate barrel that Canon sent me. You can see this tab right here. This tab is missing over here, and this tab is missing, and this tab right here is actually cracked like that. So I'll be replacing that barrel. My next intricate job is taking this contact, removing it very carefully because it's attached using adhesive, and moving it to here on this new barrel. So this barrel will get replaced. The other thing that they sent me was a new focusing unit. This focusing unit, as you see, has a ribbon here and a ribbon here, and that goes to the rear of the camera to carry the current to the actual gears and stuff inside the focusing unit. In the old one, you see this tab was ripped off, and there's another one. The other ribbon came out of here and it's missing. So that'll get replaced as well. The other thing that was broken was this index ring. It should look familiar. It was cracked here. So I purchased a new one. This is the new one. Looks identical, minus the crack. So that's the parts that were shipped. They also sent me this new ring. This is the zoom ring, the main one. There's two zoom rings that work opposite each other. This is the second one, and they run with little intermediate gears. These are the gears that will set in between them. There's three of them, so when one rolls, the other rolls in the opposite direction, and then moves the lever that actually moves the element that moves the glass. Yeah. So be putting in this new zoom ring. Hopefully I'll be able to get all this back together again. Obviously clean up all the optics. There's lots and lots of optics. Actually, this is the one you see from the opening from here. This is where it attaches to your camera, and just inside of this you would see this. So this is the lower unit. First lens assembly, and then in here is a bunch of microcomputers. Your gyro, interesting enough, for your this is the optical stabilizing in here as well. The optical stabilizing gyro is this little piece right here, this little box, kind of hard to see as it's mounted, but this is the stabilizing gyro that's right in here, and it's hooked up via this ribbon as well to the microcomputer. So a lot crammed in behind the nice beautiful white case. It's a beautiful lens, but when you see what's inside, it's pretty incredible. Okay, here's the new barrel. Well, some new components. This index ring, they call it, is new. You can see it'll mount over on this side like this, so you can see the focusing through it. As it focuses, this will stay still, and then these switches were put back on. This is the ribbon to the switches. These two ribbons are actually to the focusing unit. So this this piece, which is the zoom and the zoom rings, as you can see them, when you swivel the zoom, it will turn the rings like this, and it actually operates this lever inside. As you can see the lever moving. That's what's being operated, and it moves the element that's actually inside of the focusing unit is actually the zoom element, but it's included in the focusing unit. So this piece will go on top. Obviously the ribbons all go up through the middle. It will locate somewhere around here. Haven't quite figured out exactly, but anyhow, that locates on top like so, and the rest will be coming shortly. Okay, we've got most of it put back together. We've got the barrel done. As you can see, the focusing now operational. You can see the scale here, so that's all working correctly. I also put in the index ring here, so that actually fastens to the focusing unit and the intermediate barrel that's up here. As you can see on the inside, I've got the lens element way in the back, and if we rotate the zoom, you can see the lens element moving. So that is all operational. Everything's good. It's a little bit loose here because I haven't attached the top piece, which will be here where it connects to the camera. Once this is connected, it'll tighten everything down. So next, I have to put into here this unit, which is the PC board, the computer essentially, and the gyro for the image stabilization. So this will slide in, but I have to make all these connections with all the ribbons. As it goes in, those connections will be made. This also has the rear elements in it. You can see an element here and there's some in the middle as well. So this piece goes in this way. Obviously it'll go in there a ways, and then the final piece to go on will be this. That'll sit right on the tail end, tighten everything down. Should work fine. Alright, so back to work. So you can see the computer is now attached to the intermediate barrel. See how that goes in there? That is the rear element that you see when you attach it to your camera. So all these little wires will get fastened in. You can see these little teeny clips here. That one's going to be attached there. There's two more here, and they will get attached here and here. So no problem. Shouldn't be hard to get those connected in. We've got little clips that hold them, snap into place. So once all the ribbons are connected, then we can attach this unit and test it. Hopefully all is well. Okay, well, we have this much done. So the index ring was put on, as you saw. The zoom is put together. The zoom ring actually activates an element that sits way down here, and the element works back and forth. Actually, there's two elements that work simultaneously in this area behind the index ring. And the focuser goes around that part, but the actual gears are in here for the zoom. So as you see, it operates, moves the elements up and down. You can hear them, in there. And the focus is operational. Everything is good. I put the computer, the PC board in here behind this shield. You can see this is one of the boards, and another board, two boards are over here and a single back here. And these are the final connectors that go to your camera. So all that I need to do now is put on this outer ring with the holder that holds these connectors, and we'll be done, and then we can test it. So that's where I've gotten to. I'll finish putting the top on, and then I'll test it. Okay, here's the deal. This is complete. Turn it over so you can read it. The only thing I did not take apart was this top piece. Everything else was stripped. So in here is your front element. Of course, I have a filter on it, but you have your front element, and then you have several other elements in here. The element that focuses is up front, and the zoom element that changes the zoom is in here. It's a double element, but it's all in this. It's from about here forward. Is all the elements that move are right in here. Right behind this index ring is the focusing unit, but the focusing unit sits here with the gears, but it has an arm that sticks up past the zoom elements and then operates the element right up front here that focuses. But the focusing unit itself is here. That was replaced. This was the old one. You can see the lever here. It sits right here, and this lever goes up to the front and operates by moving side to side. It operates the elements in the front. But this is the actual focusing unit. The gears and the motors and everything is located in this. So that was replaced. As you remember, the intermediate barrel was replaced, and it sits right about here. Yeah, right in here is where it sits, and it actually attaches by use of these tabs to the focusing unit. So actually, I'm mistaken. It sits right here because this is the zoom ring, and the zoom gears roll in here. There's rings with gears that set right in these grooves, and so that sits behind the focusing wheel here that you would actually touch. So that sits there. The focuser sits right here. That's how it goes together on the inside. And then of course the computer is located, actually it packs into here. The computer being here, and there's additional elements that go inside the intermediate barrel. So that was all replaced. But and I had replaced the index ring as well because it was cracked, as you can see right there. So that ring was replaced with a brand new one. That was the only external piece that was replaced, although in the whole process I did nick the little rubber grommet here, O-ring, that seals the lens. I nicked it and cut the edge, so I have one of those on order. It should be here in a couple days, and then I'll just pop this outer rim out and replace that O-ring so that it'll be totally watertight, water sealed again. It should be as watertight as it came from the factory at this point. But here's the good news: it actually works.